Assalamu alaikum students. So our today's topic is factoring polynomials by grouping. There will be 4 terms. So far we did factoring polynomials, binomials and trinomials. We had 2 and 3 terms. Now when we have to factor having 4 terms, so we call it polynomials actually. There are actually 3 steps. The 4th step is just to check by foiling your answer back, okay? So the first step is group the first 2 terms together and the last 2 terms together, okay? So you see there are 4 terms, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I can see these 2 have the highest exponents and these 2 have 1 and then no exponent, okay? So let's group them and divide them into 2 groups, okay? Make these 2 terms as one group and these 2 terms as another group, okay? In such a way, second step, just group them. I just separated with the dashed line. Factor out the GCF for each binomial. Now there are 2 binomials, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm going to factor out something from here and I'm going to factor out something from here. So let's factor out from what is common in only these 2 terms. X squared, yeah, because they have only variable common, so x squared is the least is the smallest, which is common in both. I'm going to factor out x squared. What do I left with? X plus 7. Okay, now in these 2, what is, look for the GCF. They don't have the variable common. GCF would be positive. To make sure to factor out the sign also, okay? Positive 2, because we have 2 here, positive here. I'm gonna factor out positive 2. What do I left with? GCF. This is the GCF, okay? I left with 7. So first step is to divide them into 2 groups. Second step is to factor out a GCF. Now what happens, the next step is the GCF from each binomial will become 1 factor and remaining binomial with the other factor. Now if you see, they both have the same factor, x plus 7 and x plus 7. This is our goal, to make sure they both have the same factor. When you get this, then what happens is the GCF becomes 1 factor and x plus 7 becomes other factor. So I'm going to combine these 2 GCF, which is x squared plus 2 and this factor. So these are the 2 factors I get. First we broke them into 2 parts. Second step, we factored out from each. Now the GCF becomes 1 factor. We combine the GCF and this is common. In other words, you can see this is 1 term and this is another term. They both have x plus 7 as a factor. So we factored out and we are remaining with x squared plus 2. Now this is the final actual answer to factor 4 terms polynomial. Now it's in the factored form. Let's check whether do we get the answer back.